Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a tour of all my plants and also explain a new grow tank setup I have and how you could make one yourself if you wanted to. So yeah, let's get started I guess. We'll start off with a really nice one. This is Drosera Pulchella Pink Flower. It's a pygmy sundew. It's not really focusing that well. But yeah, it's doing very well as usual. These are like 3 years old now, which is pretty ridiculous for a pygmy sundew hybrid, or pygmy sundew complex plant, not hybrid. But yeah, they're doing well. The Jutricularia carpet is also doing very well. It's neat that it's doing as well as it is, which is fun. But yeah, they're doing good as usual. Next pygmy sundew species is the Drosera scorpioides. Also doing well after years of growing, and they're still seeming to do well. I did have 1 or 2 die up in the front. Most of the rest of them are doing pretty great, which is really awesome. And then that random Drosera hybrid, it's some sort of pygmy sundew species. I don't really know what it is exactly, but it's also doing well. It's been flowering plurifically as usual, so that is pretty cool. And then over here, Drosera madagascariensis is all the way up there. It's very viney. It hasn't actually grown much since it hit that tag. It's kind of been like a sweet spot, I guess. It's been enjoying where it is, but it is quite the stem on that plant. And then over here is Drosera affinis from South Africa. It's a new plant. I'm not sure if I've shown it on the channel yet. I don't really know. But yeah, it's very nice. It's kind of looks like Drosera madagascariensis in a way, but not exactly. I'm kind of at a weird angle here. But it has very long petioles with very kind of like paddle-shaped leaves. And then over here is kind of back there, but this is Drosera tomentosa. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but it's part of the Drosera motinus complex, I believe. That's from South America. Not the most impressive plant ever, but it is doing well nevertheless. Got that one from Saracen Northwest. It's doing good. Happy with that. Put the camera back on the tripod. Here is the Drosera slackii. Also doing amazing as usual. I just repotted it, so it's out here now, but it's in a bigger pot. This is kind of the pot I had on deck. Probably doesn't need a pot that big, but the soil in the other pot was kind of getting a little nasty. And there's Drosera graminifolia. Wait. Yeah, not graminifolia. Gramigolensis back there. Oh my gosh, that was a brain fart. But I also just repotted it, so I bagged it. It seems to be doing decent. Unfortunately, my Drosera spiralis died suddenly. I do not know why. I think I have no idea. Maybe like a fungal pathogen. But I mean, it was doing amazing, and then it just gone. So that's a really unfortunate thing. But that sort of thing happens sometimes, and it's just something you got to deal with in the plant hobby, I suppose. And then over here is Drosera ventricosa. Not Drosera ventricosa. I always say that. Nepenthes ventricosa, also doing well. Only Nepenthes I have currently, and it probably will be. I'm not like the biggest Nepenthes guy, but I like them well enough. It's a cool one. They're enjoyable, and I like having at least one. And it's on a Hardy Boys box, which is kind of funny. Pinguicula permaniflora, I think. This plant just kind of sits there. I don't really do much to it besides keep it watered. And it doesn't do much for me either, so maybe I should repot it or something because it's kind of nasty, but it's doing fine. And then, of course, Drosera binata multiflora extrema. Looking beautiful, just a jungle of sundew. I probably need to repot this one soon as well, but it seems to be doing fine. Actually, hold up, I need to water this really quick. You need to watch me water this plant. Alright. Well, sorry about that. Anyway, back over here. What else? Oh. Pinguicula morinensis is dormant. Mine's kind of reversed. It has its seasons wrong, so it's dormant now and it's active in the winter. I don't know. I think that's backwards. It does whatever. Some different species of sphagnum moss. I pulled this Sarracenia flava Octoberberea by rubicorpora out of dormancy early. I tried to get a jump on girth. Same thing with this Drosera hybrida. And then over here is, I'm actually going to reattach to the tripod really quick. Okay, moving over here is the Drosera ordinensis by Derbensis, doing well as usual, if the camera will focus. It's really steamy in there, hot. It made it through the winter fine. This is, in case you haven't watched any of my videos yet, I have a fish tank heater and a glass of water to keep the humidity and heat up in this tank because this species likes it very, very toasty. And over here is what I was hoping to show everyone. I'm actually probably going to just take the camera off the tripod. Sorry, this is a little shaky, but this is my new Highland Grow Tank setup, and it is pretty awesome, I must say. But it is a 10-gallon tank, just a standard, and I did some things to it. Now it's not a fish tank, it's a grow tank, but I have a piece of plexiglass on the top to keep humidity in. I have 3 LED grow lights, which generate a lot of heat actually. And to combat that heat, I have a set of PC fans I use to help cool them off and keep the tank cool. I have a little hydrometer / thermometer in there that helps read the temperature and humidity. And I have a home ec humidifier with a little pipe attached to it running into the tank, which helps keep the humidity up if it ever goes down. And this is a pretty sweet little setup. I currently have just some random Drosera spatulata, capensis, and this is going to be bad. It's not going to focus. But there's a helium 4 minor back there as well right now, which is pretty cool. But they've all been in here for about a month now, and they seem to be doing pretty well. So I'd say it's working. It only gets up to about 80 during the daytime usually, and at night it can drop down to 68. I might need to add some additional sorts of cooling and stuff to keep it cooler during the summer, but this is pretty sufficient for here and seems to do pretty well. So yeah, this is pretty cool. The whole thing only cost me like $10 because I already had everything laying around except for the PC fans and the pipe, so maybe like 10-20 bucks. So I'd say overall it's a pretty good deal for this. But if you live in an area that doesn't get super duper hot, I'd say this is pretty sufficient. Air around here doesn't get really that warm, so I don't need to worry about cooling it like crazy. I can get the nighttime temperature drop without much effort. But I keep the fans on high during the day and on low at night, and that helps keep it nice and cool and give it a temperature drop. Humidity usually stays between around 80 and 90. And yeah, overall everything seems pretty happy in here. So I would recommend this setup if you could kind of get it going. It's not very expensive, but if you do live in a hot climate, there could be some drawbacks. But anyway, yeah, this is just a little update on my collection. I'm probably going to be doing an update on my Sarracenia soon because they're kind of starting to come out of dormancy. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe if you want to. And let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about.